Done. Cubby. Yeah, a bit of sightseeing before heading back into inland. Lansland Jetty. Yeah. It's about 3 hours shy of high tide. Not much of a high tide. It's about 0.4 of a metre. So there was a higher one at the last high tide. So I'll bet probably another foot. The old measurement. Yeah. You can tell when there's when things are happening when the seagulls are dancing. Yeah. And the seagulls are busy. It's pretty stagnant. Thankfully not the water is stagnant. But yeah, not much happening. Just sort of depends where you're looking. The good section here is always good to have a gawk for cobbler, the bottom feeders. If you're walking around here, I've got the cobbler. It's a cousin of the catfish, so you got to worry about I've probably got whiskers on me. They've got spikes on the side fins and one on the top, on top of the head there, because they don't like getting trod on either or kicked. So yeah, they've got nasty spikes on them, designed to house bacteria like the teeth of a moray eel. So yeah, there's some nice. To the trained eye, you can see a bit of herring action. Yeah, some herring. They're their size. It's just a matter of knowing where to look. The versatile herring, they can camouflage themselves very well. See if this. You can sort of see them. Yeah, there you go. You can see the shadow on the sand. Yeah, it's a good pickup. There's pixelation. Yeah, they're nice size herring. And you float something down there and bang, got them. Yeah. And I thought I'd just whilst down here. Haven't been down here for some time. Thought I'd have a bit of a gander. Yeah. So I've claimed a few. I've claimed a few fish off here. So I'll let them recuperate. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, you can just about catch about any just about any species almost. It's a fairly shallow harbour, but it's still open to quite an array of fishing. Pardon the pun, array of fishing. There's probably about 4 different types of stingray here. Big stingray. Yeah, magic carpet, what we call them. So there's some little herring there. Yeah, I rather fish when there's a bit of a storm up. So that's a better pickup. See the shallow reef just out here, sort of encapsulates the whole bay. Yeah. There's not the there's Lansland Island over there. Let's see if I can sort of pick it up. There you go. Lansland Island there. See, it's impressive, this camera. This Samsung works. No wonder iPhone got them to commission them to camera in the device. Yeah, so it's a little bit dormant. That's why there's not many fish in here, I guess, for a Friday night. Yeah, used to the cray fishermen used to be able to tie their boats up to here, and their little tenders, and there was too many thefts or something like that, and bickerings on on access, and so they ended up putting the gate on. You can see there was too many blocking the jetty up, so they put the gate up. Yeah, there's always those that ruin it for the rest of us. But anyway, I remember this fisho. This drunk had pushed me in the water. This was years ago, and I was saying, he just rocked up. It was about 3 in the morning. It was blowing a gale, and I asked him who that was. He knew who it was, but because I'm not in the old purple circle, local, he just turned a blind eye. So as fate does it, has it. I don't know. Probably a month later, there was these kids that nicked his boat. Apparently his boat, and I saw them going around. They're driving around, and they had the two kids at the front, and they played the part very well. And they were waving, and they operated the boat all the way. It was just a dinghy all the way up to the other point up there, and the other, like a sort of a, not quite a boat ramp, but anyway, he's asking me, what happened? Did you see anything? And I just said, nah. It was like a bit like the scene out of Spider-Man where he just says, no, I didn't see a thing. But and he just looks at me and goes, oh, that's fair enough. But yeah, I was enjoying myself, having a good fish, and I was standing on this beam here. This happened 2010, I reckon. But yeah, I was just in a good mood. I was just about caught my fill, my quota in beautiful herring, and yeah, that's a good idea. With a fishing line, you whack it in there. Yeah, that's responsible fishing. But yeah, I was standing on the as gullible as you like. I was, as gullible as you like. I felt his little hand pressing on the back of my lower back, and yeah, away I go. Reflexes. I had him, but I hit the drink. It was absolutely, current was, I hit the drink and the tide was absolutely ripping. It was that much that when I managed to see the glint of the stainless steel ladder coming down from the jetty, I was parallel with the surface of the water. It was ripping that much. I'm just glad that, this clown that pushed me off, I knew how to swim. And so, yeah, it was obviously a thrill for himself and his mate. They were drunk. I could smell them. It was blowing that much I could hardly hear their car. But anyway, yeah, so as I was going over off the jetty, what put me off, so to speak, was hearing me poor dog yelp, because he could see, oh, it's truth. He could see me getting pushed off the jetty, so he yelped like, whoa, he got a bit scared. He's sitting in the Mitsubishi Express that I had at the time. And yeah, so I got really cheesed off about that, and that's what, I'm glad I didn't get hooked by the rig because I was still holding my rod, as per usual. But yeah, anyway, scrambled up the ladder back onto the jetty, soaking wet, obviously, and I saw the type of vehicle. It was like a sedan with a spoiler on the back of the bonnet. So yeah, I packed up and proceeded to patrol Lansing for about 2 hours looking for this car. But the coward, he was obviously drove into mummy or daddy's driveway and put the roller door down. So the cop's shop was open at the time, so whilst in there, and I might as well view these herring. So whilst in there, and I'm not going to tell anyone that there's herring here. Yeah, loose lips sink ships, as Dad used to say. Loose lips sink ships. So yeah, I reported it to the coppers, just in case those clowns made a habit of pushing people off the jetty. And to my surprise, the coppers, with my description of the vehicle, they knew who I was. But because he was a family member of a well-to-do family, nothing was done about it. And I didn't quite get a face or anything like that. I was too busy diving into the water, face first. But yeah, so the young coppers and the senior sergeant that was there, I don't know, he's got a Scottish surname. He just about retired a couple of years after that. But yeah, he was just joking about. He's saying, "Oh, you should watch your back then," But what I didn't want to ruin their little fun time, and what I wanted to say was, well, I had him under the when I was lunging forward, I grabbed him on the back of I could feel this underneath his his bread basket, his sternum. I grabbed where his sternum is, and as I was going forward, he was only a little bloke. He was fragile as he was shaking him like a rag doll, just about, as I was lunging forward. But I decided to let him go because I calculated that his head would have gone into these pylons, these big thick pylons here. These ones here, and I was fishing over there in the corner there, just about where that right there. I was fishing right there on the other side, fishing out to sea, and I just calculated that. I decided to let him go because he, the coppers and all that would have certainly changed the way they would have thought of me. Because it would have been a bit more paperwork. It would have broken his neck easy, and then I would have had to. then I would have had to deal with his mate. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad I did it that way. But yeah, it really gets me goat. Some people are certainly sent to test you. Yeah. Well, patience is the key, just like the seagulls are sharing the example. Yeah. Well, oh, look, I was standing there and someone's spotted it where I was standing. Oh. I should have moved away. But anyway, there was one more story. It was just up there was a couple of blowfish that are that were left on the jetty. And it is the wrong thing to do, leaving blowfish on the jetty, because a dog could pick it up and the dog would be dead. It's got like really strong toxins in it, tetra or something or other. But yeah, I remember riding around Swan River years ago when I used to ride mountain bike, and there was these two fellas that didn't speak a skerrick of English. I think they were from Mexico maybe, and I was just saying to them, they had quite a few blowfish in their bucket swimming around, and I was trying to say to them, mate, poisonous. I mean, they had no idea. Nada inglés or whatever. Anyway, so I rode off, shaking my head, I don't know what to do, and then I remembered the international sign for poison, the skull and crossbone. So I rode back, showed them the picture, and they said, yeah, whatever. So wonder what happened to them. Anyway, blowies, you can still use them. They're good bait. You just got to use it a certain way. Loose lip sink ships. Reiterating. Anyway, I'll head back. Yeah, I'll head back. There's a particular way you got to fish. Yeah, or else you're just feeding the sand crabs. But once again, loose lip sink ships. There's too many people. Yeah, there's that possibility of they just don't know when to stop, and they catch too many, and it just snowballs, and it just so it's a reason why a lot of people they don't want to share their knowledge. They make sure that student, so to speak, isn't going to abuse that particular spot. Well, lovely moon. Hope it's shining good vibes down on you wherever you are in the world. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'll leave you with that. So good vibes. Kay liat tanan ingat po kasalian. And son of a sailor